Well, the season is over. After starting the season 5-3 with hopes of making a bowl game, it all flops out in the end. Going 0-4 the final 4 games and losing all those games by one singular score. This game, I tell you, is the exact same damn scoreline as it was 2 weeks ago against Maryland. It was the same scoreline as it was against Minnesota week 1. Shit's gotta change. Shit's gotta change. It just shit has got to change. What is the problem? What is the problem with this team? We can beat teams like Northwestern, who can actually make a bowl game. We can beat teams like Illinois, who I want them to lose. We can be close to other teams. Why can't we pull through? Why? I knew as soon as we got that damn ball with under 2 minutes left that we were screwed. And even then, the game clock operator, in which I'm pretty sure was rigging it for Nebraska, inevitably rigged it for Iowa. Because that is always the monkey paws curse. You think you're doing good? Nope, you're doing bad. And it's just depressing. I let out all my energy on this game last night. I was at a Thanksgiving. And afterwards, I kind of just was dead inside. I just didn't know why I would continue on with this. 5-3. 5-3 with a 90% chance to make a bowl game. And we shit the bed 4 straight games in a row. I'm not saying that we have to make a coaching change. I'm saying that we need we need to hire all of the quality control people. Because, dear God, that is a mistake on this earth. Losing to Iowa for the 3rd time in 5 years by a last-second field goal. A field goal that was kicked by a guy who hadn't kicked a field goal all year. We blocked 2 of their field goals in something that I haven't seen in quite some time. And yet when we came up to kick the same amount of yardage that he had Alvano kicked before, he missed badly. And Purdy, man, I was going to give you a mulligan for the Wisconsin game. I was just going to give you a mulligan there. But you absolutely crapped the bed on that final drive. Why are you even trying to throw that pass? Why? That just makes no sense. And the thing is that all of the Nebraska fan base knew exactly what was going to happen. Because we've seen this movie way too many times before. And I just can't understand. Why are we using Emmett Johnson 11 times? I know I said to use Emmett Johnson in the second half of last week and the week before that. And yet, you're not going to use him this time? Like, you got to be kidding me. You just got to be kidding me. You're using him then too much when he sucks at running the ball. 75 yards rushing. One of the best rushing attack in the Big Ten. 75 rushing yards. Iowa had 163. Their quarterback had 94 yards passing, regressing to the mean that he hadn't seen in like 2 or 3 weeks. And yet we can't stop runs up the damn middle. That's what killed us in the end. They disrespected us by running it up the middle. And you know what? It is completely deserved. Because Tony White, you've done a fantastic job with this defense. You did as much as you could to win this game. However, you were just gassed in the end because, good God, the offense just could do nothing. You're getting outgained by Iowa. I mean, not necessarily in the yards department. They barely were ahead, but that was mostly because of a kneel down. Kneel downs, actually. We were tied if you take out those kneel downs to get into range or whatever, or just kneeling out in half. We had less first downs than them. We had less plays than them. We had more passing yards than them. We had less rushing yards than them. They had 5 opportunities in the red zone to score. They only converted on 3 of them. Touchdown and 2 field goals. And you know what's sad is that I foresee this happening many times over, possibly in the future, but it's definitely happened in the past. Now this is the second time since the last time we made a bowl game that we've had a chance to go into Iowa and beat them for a bowl game, and we fail hard. We lose to them on another last-second field goal, kicked by some dude I don't think anyone has ever heard of. I just can't really put all my energy into this because it's not necessary to say that this is a terrible season. It was a good season. This is definitely far and away better than any of Matt Rule's first seasons. But the fact is that the same exact outcomes happened from like last year, the year before that. It happened this year. Too many one-score losses. And if I want to be honest with you, if I'm going to be honest, I would rather be a team that sucks so much ass and only like loses every game by like 30 points, because at least you don't get your hopes up and you can celebrate every win. Even if it is against South Dakota, you can celebrate wins. And even then, the team that celebrated a win over South Dakota is now good at football because they found some sort of competency. We can't find it. Or just some god-awful reason we can never find it. And it's truly sad. It's truly sad. It just pains me to think that we were so damn close again with another 90% chance to make a bowl game. And we don't make it. 2022, we had a 93% chance to make it at the beginning of the season. Missed that completely. And it's truly sad because I don't even know what the hell Vegas was thinking. Nebraska was never winning that game. I don't know why anybody in Vegas was ever taking that money line or that spread for Nebraska. No. Just no. I just don't know. It's just too painful to put into words. And if anything could be done about it, is that there would be some sort of quality control on this team. We need to kill off Little Red because he's the only thing that is keeping us unlucky. And we We just need something else to happen. Because there is zero shot that this can continue for another season. Fire Satterfield into the sun. He's clearly not useful. Fire some assistants that even helped with the offense because that was atrocious. And we go from there. Get a quarterback from the transfer portal. I know there's an FCS quarterback that's just recently transferred, set a bunch of records. We should maybe go after him. Maybe I don't know. And Daniel, you're gonna be starting in 2025, buddy. Unless you can somehow impress with 2024. I can't put too much pain into this, but it added to the pain later that day when I saw my Nebraska volleyball team get swept by fucking Wisconsin. Now, I give Wisconsin all the credit. You won the game. You lost the war because you lost a bunch of games to teams that we beat, but you won. Good job. You swept us at home. It's fine. Doesn't really matter because we already won the Big Ten championship. You know, if you scheduled that game a little earlier, it probably would have mattered, but whatever. We can take our first L. It's fine. It's not like 2008. And then soccer happened. We were facing an opponent that was much tougher than us. Stanford hadn't lost a single game. Went into OT. Lost. 0-3. 0-3 in games that I cared about today. 0-3. 0-3. 0-3. At that point, I just broke. I'm not done with Nebraska sports. I never will. But today was or at least yesterday was truly a Black Friday. And in the sense that I would never wish on anyone. Because the fact is that the Nebraska Cornhuskers football team choked once again in an easy situation that other teams would have not choked. In the last 31 opportunities since 2018 to have a game-winning drive, we've only converted on 3 of those and only won on one of them once. We're 0-7 in OT, scoring 0 points. 0. You know the last time that we won an OT game? The last time we scored points? Iowa, 2014. And somehow this game was the lowest scoring of them all. This was the lowest scoring game in 5 years. Our defense is going to be amazing again because players are returning. The entire defensive line, I think, is, so that's nice, but that offense just needs to change. Purdy, Sims, Arberg, you tried. You really tried, but best I can give you is top 250 in FBS quarterbacks. I'd even throw the FCS in there. Top 250 in FBS and FCS. Because none of them are good. We need to find somebody that doesn't have a damn fumbling problem. And we need to at least compete it with one of the guys that we already have. Do not kick him out early. Kick him. Don't even just kick him out right away because one or two of them is probably going to leave after this. Harbaugh probably isn't. I don't know if Purdy is. Sims, I don't know where he's going to go. He's probably not doing anything. And it is just sad. And people are thinking that this is going to be it's a good start. And I can understand that. But here in the present, this season was and it has been for a while, a critical failure. Not recognizing that Sims was a terrible starter and should have not been the starter in week 2, critical failure. Having Sims even in there for the one game that actually mattered against Maryland, the game that could have probably put us in contention, critical failure. Having any sort of optimism for this program is just a bad idea. And while I trust Matt Rule fully into creating this team as good, I want fucking results. I wanted results. I wanted to see something after they won 5 games. Hey, if you make a bowl game, that'll be amazing. No. Nope. Regressing to the damn mean. That is another critical failure. When one player does exceptionally well, he saves the game for us, another player fucks it. If one side of the ball is doing absolutely amazing, and they're even two sides of the ball are doing really amazing, the other one is gonna fuck up as hard as they did. As hard as they were doing good, they're gonna fuck it up. There is no consistency with this program at all. Unless it is just losing by one goddamn score. And it's truly sad to think that we somehow are probably going to finish with a better record than Colorado. And yet Colorado's season is going to look more like a success than us, because they went from winning 1 to 2 games to 4 games. That's an improvement for them. And yet us going 5-7. 5-7. That I just don't like November football anyway. It just doesn't help. It just doesn't ever help. And while I hope for success for Matt Rule and Nebraska in the future, it's disappointing that we're going to have to go through another off season of jokes from the internet pointed at Nebraska for not going to a bowl game since 2016. The only Power 5 team to not have gone to a fucking bowl game. Vanderbilt has gone to a damn bowl game. Kansas is having success. All the teams that have been shit or have just been mediocre have at least made a bowl game. Rutgers is currently having one of their better seasons this year. Greg Schiano is being considered a god in New Jersey because he's actually doing the football. He's actually winning games that he's wanting to win. He's even in the Big East where you have 2 or 3 guaranteed losses. And yet, I sit here now as another season passes where Nebraska doesn't get to a bowl game. Makes it 7 years since I've seen December football. And I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm probably just gonna go watch basketball now, because that's the only thing that's keeping me happy. So, I'll probably go do that. Anyway, this is the season finale. It's the exact same as it has done for a while. Thanks for watching. And, see you guys later this week for the other depressing football thing. Dear God.